Let's start with a check of the markets. Indian stock markets have seen a significant decline recently, with benchmark indices Sensex and Nifty crashing more than 2.5% each in just two consecutive sessions. Analysts expect volatility to continue in the short term. All right, joining me now in this discussion is senior economist ANIL Jain. Mr. Jain, thanks very much for joining us, and a very good morning to you. How do you see the markets reacting? And now there's of course some stability after a spike yesterday. The markets have seemed to ease down Tuesday morning, but for how long can we expect volatility?
Well, it's very difficult to say how long this volatility will go. Never know. Like we have seen in Ukraine, the war is going on for last 5 years. We never imagined that Russia will have to fight a small country for 5 years, and even after 5 years there is no result. Taking clue from that, same is the case here. It all depends how other countries, like big countries, Russia, China, ultimately get into this game of war. Even the American government has said very clearly yesterday evening that they are not sure whether they will be able to wind up this war in next 2 weeks. So let's see, let's watch. And as you said, stock markets volatility, the markets, Indian stock market or any other stock market, they always run on sentiments and future discounting, etc. So let's hope that there is a sign of stability in times to come, and otherwise markets will remain volatile for a very long time. It's very difficult to predict anything because there are always positive and negative angles to this, whatever is happening. This is probably my view.
Right, Mr. Jain, to continue to stay on with me. In fact, let's take our viewers through how the markets are performing, starting with BSE Sensex. Let's take a look at BSE Sensex as of March 1. Was trading at 80,238.85 rupees, declined 1.29%. All right. I would now like to go back to Mr. Anil Jain, who's there with us in the conversation here. Mr. Jain, now in this conflict between Iran and Israel, Saudi Arabia is significant. It can shape the escalation and also the oil prices that are going to have an impact on the markets. How do you view that power that Saudi Arabia now holds, and how do you expect it to act in the interim?
Saudi Arabia, as we all know, is a major player in the oil market. And definitely yesterday we saw an attack on a Saudi refinery. And Saudi production will definitely come down, and it's going to impact the oil prices around the world. So and ultimately even the Saudi government has said that they may get into this conflict directly. Their army or their forces may also actively participate. So they all are going to probably make the situation much more vulnerable, according to me. And definitely if all this happens, India will have great consequences, probably adverse consequences. The benefits, the positives are less, because we are not, our economy is not working in isolation. We are ultimately dependent for various reasons, not only oil, our manufacturing sector, both from import and export point of view, are dependent on multiple countries. Besides, because of this conflict particularly extending to Saudi Arabia so seriously, and so many other countries, 15-16 countries it has extended. So the trade route is definitely, as we know, that trade route is going to be affected, or rather already affected. So all this is going to be against the growth or against the trade, whatever is going on, and volatility in the stock markets, as you said, will continue as you are given some data. Whatever recovery you are seeing, I think it is only a speculative recovery, because share market always they do a transaction, then they cover a transaction or like that, and when they cover there is a little upward movement. But over a period of time, I do not see any continuous upward phase where you can say that things have all settled down and we are going towards the positivity. So let's hope and let's watch. That is what I can say. Saudi Arabia is definitely a very important factor, and they are working with America hand in hand. Everybody knows about it. So let's see.
All right. Mr. Jain, thanks very much for joining us in this discussion.